Hello, my lovely listeners. Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Back to Life, where we talk about all things media. I'm your host, Cal Ranke, and today I will be answering a question submitted by one of you guys. How does your product use or challenge conventions? And how does it represent social groups or issues, based on my film opening, Over My Dead Body? Side note, if you want to send in a question to possibly be featured on an episode, feel free to DM us at Back to Life Podcast on Instagram. Over My Dead Body is a film that tells the story of two detectives as they investigate the supposed murder of one Mr. Carrington. They must navigate their own spite and motives as they work to solve this crime. Okay, so buckle up, sit down, and most importantly, hold on to your hats. Seriously, make sure those babies are secured tight because this question is loaded. This question has two equally important parts, and I will discuss the first part, how my product uses or challenges conventions. When first brainstorming ideas for Over My Dead Body, we decided that the genres of detective fiction, drama, and most significantly, mystery should be present in our film. Since we chose these, we ensured that we upheld certain conventions of these genres. Not to toot my own horn, but the opening logos and credits of my film perfectly do this. One of the production companies is Secret Studios, and both that logo and the credits are in an eerie black and white. Using these dark colors enforces the idea that, yes, this film is going to be mysterious. Also, having detectives be introduced is a convention of, you guessed it, the detective fiction genre. I really just couldn't hold back with the conventions of these genres. Steve Neal's theories were also present in the decision to shoot the opening sequence of the film in black and white. Oh, the drama! Using this convention really signaled to the audience, hey, this is mysterious, this is suspenseful, this is dramatic. A big inspiration of ours while shooting was Knives Out. We channeled our inner Rian Johnson when we were setting the mise-en-scène to make it super mysterious and set a mood that fit our plot. Despite our somewhat conforming to the genres we selected, we definitely strayed away from the expected. Obviously, if you've seen my film, you would know that, spoiler alert, the character that was dead, gasp, wasn't really dead. This is hugely unexpected by the audience, as it doesn't at all play into the plots usually associated with detective fiction and mystery. If you're an expert movie watcher like yours truly though, it's possible you may have caught some hints that would make the plot twist less plot twisty. We were particularly enthralled by Roland Barthes' theories when shooting, with them being rather evident in the shot of a live plant. This plant is signifying life. The semiotics in this shot are rather evocative in that one would expect the plant to be dead, matching the atmosphere, but the plant being alive symbolizes hope and life. Having this plant seems out of place to the unknowing viewer. It thwarts their expectations, but its significance is later revealed with the waking of the victim. In film, expectations are a huge part of the viewing experience. Genres decide for most if they want to watch the film, so to have what is anticipated coming with them to be so widely off is jarring. In a good way, hopefully, but still jarring. And I don't know about you, but when watching movies, I love this. In real life, not so much though. This brings me to today's sponsor, TurboTax. If tax season sneaks up on you like a plot twist you didn't want, fear no more, as TurboTax is the #1 most reliable place to turn for all your tax needs. A huge thank you to TurboTax for sponsoring today's episode. You guys can get in touch with a real human representative by calling 123-456-6789 today. And with that, let's get right back to our discussion. Now, it's time to get into the second part of the question. How does it represent social groups or issues? Whew, this part is deep. Let's dive in. When first coming up with the idea for Over My Dead Body, we were absolutely sure of the issues we wanted to address. The main social group we addressed was women and their societal role. Again, with the thwarting expectations. Seriously, we were obsessed. We made the decision to challenge how women are usually perceived in the mystery and detective fiction genre. In movies like James Bond, take your pick of any and the example will still apply, and Men in Black have men centered as the power. In these films, there are thousands like them. Men are the ones who are important. They're the ones solving the crime, while women sit as accessories. We wanted to address this typical interpretation of femininity. Actually, we wanted to completely attack this interpretation. Legally Blonde is a film we took quite a bit of inspiration from. If you've seen it or even heard of it, you understand the base idea. A girly girl named Elle takes charge and becomes a lawyer. That's basically it on the outside. But on the inside, The film challenges harmful stereotypes about women in male-dominated fields and misogyny. We wanted to do that too. In my film, even though both detectives are female, the more experienced woman character is dressed more feminine, an attribute usually stereotyped to mean that a woman is less experienced. Judith Butler's theories are evident in these characters as they subvert typical expectations of women in film. In Legally Blonde, Ella's always wearing pinks and skirts. We wanted to utilize this usual sign of femininity and therefore inferiority and flip it by making the more experienced and professional character dress as such, just like it was done in Legally Blonde. This was, I think, the most impactful part of my film opening, if I do say so myself. We really targeted average representations of what femininity means in film. We wanted to flip the script and make a statement. I think that's all I have to say. If you stuck around until the end, thank you. Thank you all again for listening to yet another episode of Back to Life. If you enjoyed my deep dive, I release new episodes every week that you can find on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. Make sure to sign up for notifications so you can be notified when I post a new episode. You don't want to miss out, trust me. Catch you next time. Bye!